In May 2022, Lithuanian police raid 2 underground factories. Inside, they find counterfeit cigarettes worth $73 million, a typical organized crime bust, until investigators follow the money trail to Belgium and discover something far more sinister. Behind these criminals stand Russian intelligence officers using the operation to raise black funds for covert activities in Europe. This wasn't an isolated case. Across Europe, Russian organized crime groups are suddenly operating with a new purpose: helping Putin's regime bypass Western sanctions. From cyber attacks to money laundering, from smuggling microchips to assassinations, criminals have become weapons in Russia's shadow war against the West. To understand how we got here, we need to go back to 2012. In Putin's mind, he was already at war, not a shooting war, but a political one. After mass protests against his return to the presidency, he became convinced the West was trying to topple him. His response? To fight back by any means necessary. But how do you wage war when direct military conflict isn't an option? Putin's answer was to weaponize something Russia already had in abundance: organized crime networks. Since the 1990s, Russian criminal groups had spread across Europe, setting up sophisticated smuggling routes and money laundering operations. They'd become what experts call wholesale providers, not street-level gangsters, but high-level facilitators connecting criminal networks across continents. The system operates on 3 levels. First, sanctions busting. Russian gangs help import banned goods through third countries. When Western companies cut off microchip supplies that Russia's military desperately needed, criminal networks stepped in. Sales of refrigerators to Kazakhstan mysteriously tripled, their chips later appearing in Russian missiles. Russia sent their gold through Armenia to be sold later on as Armenian gold. Second, money movement. Criminal networks help Russian oligarchs and intelligence agencies move money outside the banking system. As one British security officer put it, crime is the magic answer to so many of Putin's problems. Third, intelligence and operations. Criminal groups provide what spy agencies can't, from surveillance to assassination. In 2024, when Russian defector Maxim Kuzminov was gunned down in Spain, investigators suspect local criminals were hired for the hit. The methods are sophisticated: cryptocurrency to move money undetected, shell companies in places like Cyprus, smuggling routes through Central Asia, cyber criminals working as state hackers. But there's a dark irony here. As Russian organized crime helps the state evade sanctions, it's growing more powerful within Russia itself. The line between government agent and gangster is blurring. As one retired Russian police officer admitted, these connections go both ways. The spooks may think they're using the criminals, but they themselves get corrupted in the process. What we're witnessing isn't just crime, it's the transformation of organized crime into a weapon of state power. One European intelligence analyst warns, if we don't get a handle on how Moscow is weaponizing organized crime, this won't just be a threat while we're at loggerheads with Russia. We can expect other hostile states to copy this playbook. This is the new face of conflict in the 21st century, where the line between state and criminal, between war and peace, becomes increasingly blurred. As one British intelligence officer observed, the Russian intelligence community has a perverse advantage precisely because it's so dirty. When they need criminals for an operation, they just have to ask around their mates. Western sanctions were meant to isolate Putin's Russia. Instead, they may have helped create something more dangerous, a state that has turned its criminals into soldiers in a shadow war. Thanks for watching this deep dive into Russia's criminal empire. Understanding how Putin weaponizes organized crime isn't just interesting, it's crucial for making sense of modern geopolitics. If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us create more in-depth content like this. Also, drop a comment below with your thoughts. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.